I'm sure by now you guys already know that Abba and Preach, Fresh and Fit, they've been at each other's throats for about a month now. And on their respective channels, you can see that there's clips of Myron talking about that he wants to box Abba. And I'm not talking about a box for shipping and handling. I'm talking about that he wants to box Abba, as in like handle him and then ship him off. That joke fell apart. He wants to fight him, okay?
For example, Abba, he a fucking bitch in real life. He should weak ass handshake, real shy and timid, etc. Of course he don't want to fight me.
Now, as you guys know, Abba and Preach, they responded to that video where that clip is from, but they didn't address the fighting situation. So obviously, Myron, he responded back with a more passionate speech.
And if we gotta take this fucking video down YouTube because I'm roasting your dumb ass because I know your audience is gonna sit there and report it for harassing because you're a fucking pussy, then so fucking be it. You made maybe 30 plus fucking videos, but you can't last 3 minutes in a fucking round with me because you know I'll demolish you. You know I'll fuck you up. You know it. I'll make you the fucking sodomite that you really are, you fucking pussy.
First off, Myron, instead of the daily dose of a red pill, you need a dose of the chill pill, because you need a chill, man. What's up with you? Why are you so upset? Now, obviously, again, Abba and Preach responded, but they didn't address the fighting situation. And I was thinking, I was like, well, let's just think. Would Abba and Preach actually fight Myron? Well, believe it or not, I don't think that they would. And the reason why I believe that is because Abba, well, mostly Preach, he's already addressed the situation. He's talked about how he's already called them out and they didn't respond.
I was replying, let's do this. And they were on the tip where, no, bring 500K and we'll fight. And Abba was like, no, you know what? Listen, whether you win or lose, we got 20 bands. We put 20 bands, win or lose, and they didn't accept. So at that point, we let it go.
Now, I want to go ahead and say that clip, these clips that I'm going to show you about Preach, talking about the boxing match, this was about like a year old, where they wanted to fight, once again, Fresh and Fit. They wanted to fight Preach and Abba, but I don't know what occurred. There was stuff behind the scenes that just weren't properly set or whatever the case is. But my dude, you wanted 500K to fight Abba and Preach? Why 500K? Just go in there and just fight the guy. At least this is drama from back then. But it still gives us insight as to whether a fight would occur between these two or not. And based off of the way Preach has responded in that interview talking about the fight, it doesn't really seem like they're gonna fight. Because, my dude, you want to make this about money? Just go in there, fight the dudes. Don't make it a spectacle and just leave. You know, now I don't think that they're going to get that opportunity now, because as you heard Preach at the end of that clip, he talked about how, yeah, you know, that's it. We just let it go. We don't care about it.
Let's do. I'm not about.
Why don't we set this up?
Because we're not about this. He didn't reply. They don't want the heat.
Well, they sure as hell want the heat now. And according to Preach, apparently he was texting Fresh many times, and Fresh once again declined the offer.
I just said, let's go. We'll go to that gym. We set it up, and I was texting Fresh. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Like actual fight.
Let's put some gloves on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We put some gloves on. We box it out. You said you've been nice in the gym and you want to box me out. Let's go.
But is this a 2-on-2 or is this just you taking
It's
off
me versus one bitch. Then I take the other. That's what I said.
Yep. And if you actually watch the video that's about 2 years old from this point in time, you can see that Preach actually says that verbatim.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me. Sort of happened that I'm going to be in the U.S. next week. You want to fucking do this shit? Let's go. We'll put gloves on. It'll be illegal. I know Florida laws. I take one bitch, then I take the other one. Let's go.
You want to set up the boxing match?
Let's go.
Okay, we can set it up.
Both of you bitches. Let's go.
And funny enough, if you actually continue to watch that video, you can see that they even post a screenshot of them communicating with Fresh via text, talking about the stipulations of the fight. However, spoiler alert, there was no fight. And the reason why we know this is because, duh, we live in the future. It never occurred. And so for the people out there that are saying, oh, well, it's because Abba and Preach will never fight Fresh and Fit because Myron will fuck up Abba. That's the reason why, because he's really scared. No, that's not the reason why he's scared. It's not because Abba is scared. It's because of what Abba says at the end of that video 2 years ago, that pretty much seals the deal for any future fight to occur.
Just let me know, because I got 3 of them.
And if you pussy out after doing all that chit-chatting, if you pussy out, don't come to talk to us about anything.
Don't.
Wait, what was that, Abba? I couldn't hear you because of Myron's yelling.
If you pussy out, don't come to talk to us about anything.
Don't come and talk to us about anything. You know, it actually makes a lot of sense, because if someone talks about how they're going to do something and they don't do it, then I think it's safe to say that that person's not exactly reliable. And the reason why I say that Myron is a bit unreliable is because if you take a look at the past, I think that's a great indication and a great foresight as to what could potentially happen in the future. Let's just say hypothetically that Abba accepts Myron's challenge to a boxing match. Who's to say that Myron won't attach any strings to it? I'm sure that there'll probably be a cash prize. I'm sure there's going to be other stipulations as well that are probably going to be against Abba's interests. And so I feel like this is just a bunch of hot air, and I don't feel like anything's going to come out of this. Although I will say that he is pretty heated, there could potentially be some sort of incentive to make this happen, but I highly doubt it. The reason why I say that he's unreliable, another reason as to why I say that, is because he talks about how if he sees Abba on the streets, it's on sight.
But on YouTube, real funny, all animated and bro, he's a fucking pussy in real life, man. He's a pussy in real life, man. And bro, he better pray to God I never fucking see him in person, bro. He better pray to God I never see him in person.
Or else what, Myron? What are you going to do? You're going to go up to him, you're going to probably punch him in the face, trip him, pull out your gun? Because all of that sounds pretty illegal, man. So it sounds to me like he's not going to do anything. And as a matter of fact, Preach was asked this question. What would you do if you saw, Fresh or Myron on the streets?
If I see you on the street, I'm not gonna nod. I'm not gonna nod. I'm gonna look at you. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna jump you. I'm not gonna do nothing illegal.
You want to do it proper.
I'm not about to ruin my bag. Who does that?
Well, that's what
get back,
that's what you
get
call
back, get
40-year-old who's not trying to
Get
fuck
back
up
from the
their life.
U.S. and stuff like that. I can't enter the country.
Ultimately, I think that this makes Myron look a little bit too emotionally unstable. It makes him look like he's back in middle school. But I can also understand where he's coming from with all of this anger, because when you have two people like Abba and Preach standing on this moral high ground, overwatching your life into making sure that you're following your values and your beliefs, it can get kind of annoying. Is this fight gonna happen? I don't think so. It's very unlikely. Abba, we already know he's not a fighter himself. Obviously, it doesn't take a genius to realize that Myron is probably a prime model for what athleticism is. And when you look at Abba and you say that he's the prime example of what athleticism is, that's like saying that the fastest runner in the world's spirit animal is a snail. Obviously, that's insane and ridiculous. No, I don't think this fight's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, guys. You guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link, not down below, but somewhere in my about section. Go ahead and check that out. Yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.